All right, so I'm here at Johnson today with Kevin, and some of his teammates are here too. That's Hannah, and Owen, and Carrie. Um, this is their very colorful team room, but I'll let Kevin introduce himself before we start talking.
Hi everyone, my name is Kevin Cow, and I proudly serve with City Year here at Johnson Elementary School. I help support math instruction for 4th and 1st grade every day, and yeah, excited to be sharing a little bit about my City Year experience.
And you relocated to serve here. Can you tell us a little bit about just where you're from, where you went to school, and how you got here?
Yeah. So I am originally from the DC area and went to the University of Virginia. After finishing my undergrad, I had the chance to study in the UK. Was lucky to receive a scholarship to study in the UK for 1 year, earning my master's there before moving here to Denver to join City Year this year.
Awesome. So before we get started, can you also just give us kind of a brief overview of your day-to-day schedule too?
So day to day, we get in at 7 a.m., which is a little bit early, but you kind of get used to it. And we start the day with meeting together as a team, getting prepped for the day. And when students start to come in around 7:30 until 8, we greet them at the door with some music and high fives. And then I go to 4th grade to help with 4th grade math in the morning, and then we have some planning time and lunch. And during my planning time, we'll plan for our small group instructions, that a small group pull-out interventions that we have in the afternoon. And I also help support translate for newcomer Vietnamese students who are here at Johnson. And in the afternoon, then I help with 1st grade math, and then we have another planning period, and then we have acceleration zone, which I'm not sure what it's going to look like here at Johnson next year, but this year each core member has 2 small group interventions that we pull out for 45 minutes each, so an hour and a half total each day. And it's a small group of about 5 students that we meet with on a day-to-day basis and just help with support in math, especially if they need some extra help and support and attention. And then after school, we'll do tutoring on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then the other days, then we usually have some other stuff going on, like dance club or team meetings, or we usually have some sort of fun thing to do on Fridays.
Cool. And what time do you usually kind of end your day in general?
We end most days at 5 o'clock, unless there's a basketball game or a concert going on, which you can stay a little bit later and participate in those, which I always love doing.
Right. That's a pretty typical schedule then, 7 to 5.
7 to 5, yeah.
Awesome. So what makes Johnson unique or special that people should know?
Yeah, like I mentioned, the acceleration zone, and so having the chance to lesson plan and work with a small group of students every day is really unique and really gives us a lot of instruction and teaching experience. Another thing that's really unique about Johnson is it's a bilingual school, and so we have what's called a native language transitional instruction program, and so every grade has one English language class and then one Spanish language class. And so I help support the 4th grade and 1st grade Spanish language classes. And so when we have math class, we're actually learning math in Spanish. And so you think that math is a whole nother language, and then you do it in Spanish, which is a whole nother thing. And so it's definitely taught me a lot this year. And yeah, I would say that those are 2 really unique things about Johnson.
Cool. So what are any challenges you've faced this year, or things that have been a little difficult that you've either overcome or worked through or might still be working through?
Yeah, I think that in general, trying to understand how kids are motivated has been something that I've been learning a lot this year about how to be effective educators. We really need to get the buy-in from students, whether that be rewards and encouragement, and maybe that might be chips or a party or candy or going outside, and but then also being kind of being warm and being nice and cultivating those relationships, but also being at the same time kind of warm and strict, and so having high expectations for students. And so I think that those are two things: just understanding how students are motivated and learning how to be a warm but strict educator.
Yeah, like a mentor.
Yeah, a mentor. Yeah.
So on the flip side of that, like, what are some of your favorite memories from this year? Things that like went really well.
Yeah, there are so many fun memories. I think most recently is we've had basketball season here at Johnson, which has been really awesome. Johnson won the last 2 home games, which was a lot of fun. We were able to support our students who were on the team. Got a big fat head of one of my students, and just to cheer him on, who just needed a little bit extra encouragement. Other fun things that we've done at Johnson are, of course, City Year Heroes, which we do at the end of the 2 semesters, just to get a chance to recognize one student who has really made a lot of progress in his or her work or behavior. Was really, really special. And the student that I recognized, he came back after winter break and was like, "Mister, if I do well, will you give me another award?" And so it's just really, it's
Meaningful.
yeah, it's really meaningful to some of the kids. Personally, I've been able to help share a little bit of culture with the kids as well, and so my family is of Vietnamese heritage, so I was able to start a Vietnamese lunch bunch here at Johnson, and to bring together a lot of the Vietnamese students, and especially to help support some of the ones who are newer and don't speak as much English. And we were able to celebrate a Vietnamese New Year and Lunar New Year as a school with Boys and Girls Club, which was really awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. And then, is there just anything else that you think is important to share with people that are transitioning here, either transitioning to Denver or just service with City Year in general?
Yeah, I think that definitely I think my biggest tips there are 2 that come to mind. First is definitely reach out to current core members if you're interested in learning more, and just to have someone to talk to and get a sense of what it's like to serve, and what how you're, I don't know, just understand what service is like, and a day in the life of City Year, or a year in the life of City Year. And the other thing is that I recommend people to start looking for housing a little bit earlier as opposed to later. I think it was a big stress for me trying to transition into this new city and trying to secure housing in the summer. And so I wish that I had done that a little bit earlier than I did. And so I think it might save you some stress, and if you were able to find a place sooner rather than later.
Cool. And you can reach out to the core members that are in the Slack group to do that.
Yep.
Everybody that I'm doing the videos with is in the group, including Kevin, so reach out to them that way, or reach out to your City Year buddy as well.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks.